Later that evening, I was reading over what I had to do to get back to my world. I then had accepted the potion, and I was about to bid the ponies goodbye when I heard the door open and a voice.
So this is where you're all at. I'm looking everywhere, and when I asked Albaboom, she said that you are here.
She stopped in her tracks as she met my eye contact. Everything was slowed down to nothing. Everything that surrounded the two of us melted away, and soon it was just me and her, alone in an empty space. Nothing else mattered. All I did was just wait for her to say something. Then she said a word to me I'd never heard in a long time, or ever. Dad. Dad? Did she call me her dad? No, this is impossible. How could I be her dad if we had to be separated? Why couldn't she know of my existence, and why couldn't I know of hers?
Oh no, she's remembering. Hey, the portal's open. You have to go. Now! Ignore her!
We were then back at the library. Twilight and Applejack grabbed his so-called daughter and held her tight, trying to keep her from struggling, which she did.
Dad! No! Don't go! Don't leave me! Please! You have to go now! Just go, partner. She'll be fine.
I turned. The portal had opened. I touched it, and time began to slow down. I heard her loud voice making noises. She called Dad over and over and over again from a sore throat, which started to crack me up from the inside, somehow. I didn't know why, though. A tear dropped and fell onto my foot, and it soaked itself into my sock. My cheek was wet. I was crying too. My frustration at not knowing my own name, my own past, my own family had driven me to tears. But then I heard a voice that reached through the barrier into my conscience, my heart, and my soul. It was Rainbow Dash herself. What had only been sobs before was now cleared and full sentence.
Daddy, I love you!
I froze. Time froze as I went back into the empty space, all by myself, and my mind was being reset. Finding the box, putting the small and warm body into my jacket, the small little creature crawling up to my bed, her first bath, her first birthday, her first words, her small, adorable body flying for the first time, only to break the sound barrier a few months later, all leading up to that night where I, like many others, tucked her into bed, and she said those words to me for the first time. That was the night I actually realized that I really was her daddy. My mind continued to put down all those happy memories I had. Her first computer, her first tickets in the Indy 500, the many other racing and flying we viewed together, and her many birthdays, the smiles and tears of joy she gave me in return for the items I gave to her to express my love for her. But the birthdays only counted up to 20, though. Something happened that day. She left. Seemingly forever. But now, here she was, behind me, crying like never before, and honestly, my eyes were leaking just as much by now. The glass of water was lifted from the wooden table, and its content was poured all over the gemstone, making the pool vanish. My hand was holding the cup. I did that. My shocking actions continued as I turned. Before Twilight could speak, he cried out, "I love you too, my little Dashie." Applejack and Twilight stepped back, realizing it was now game over. I had retrieved all my memories, and I was at last together with my little Dashie. And they would have to beat me down to the bone to be able to separate us two this time. We were hugging and crying and sobbing, but most importantly, we did it together.